This is Struggling to Succeed. In this episode, we'll be discussing another supplement from Natural Stacks, Serotonin Brain Food. Over the last year or so, I've been working my way through Natural Stacks product line. I've tried their Seal Tip, I've tried their Dopamine, I've tried their Smart Caffeine, and all these products have now become part of my supplement cycle. So this brought me around to trying the Serotonin Brain Food and wondering whether this also is going to be a supplement that I will want to continue to use going forward. Before jumping into my review of the product and whether it worked for me, let's talk a little bit about the actual supplement. So here it is, very similar packaging to the rest of the Natural Stacks product line. This again costs round about 40 US, so that's about 50 Canadian. And I usually buy them in batches, so it's a little bit cheaper for me because they do usually offers of 2 or 3 at a time, and with the shipping and posting coming up from the States, it's better for me to buy these supplements in bulk. So what's in this guy? What's in the Serotonin Brain Food? Well, it's got a number of really cool ingredients. Probably one of the main ones is rhodiola root. It's got 400 milligrams of that, and I think that's the baseline that they actually put in to this product, and that's a well-known adaptogen. They also have a lot of vitamin B3 in it, actually 175% of your daily required amounts. That's around about 50 milligrams. There's also 20 milligrams of zinc in there, and that's 133% of your daily intake of zinc. And then there's a little bit of magnesium in there that's around about 20 milligrams, around 13%. The product itself says that it's a neurotransmitter to support the natural production of serotonin in your body. And it is about well-being. It's about producing serotonin to create a more well-balanced and well-being mindset. When is the best time to take Serotonin Brain Food? Well, according to the little capsule here, I mean, I read it a few times, and it just says take 2 or 3 capsules at a time, a little bit like Seal Tip, a little bit like Dopamine, but don't exceed 6, exactly the same as those other products. I take Dopamine most mornings as well as Seal Tip, and I also have a bulletproof coffee through Monday to Friday, most days of my week. And it was important for me to actually try to find a time in the day that I could take this supplement and actually know if it was working. Taking it in the morning with my Dopamine and Seal Tip and coffee, I just didn't think that was going to be the right time for me, even though I did read other reviews out there and other recommendations about having it with your coffee in the morning and the feelings people got of it. However, I already have a morning routine in place where I use Seal Tip, I use Dopamine supplement, and I have my MCT oil, my butter, and my coffee. So I'm good to go. That brought me round to creating a time in the day when I was going to take serotonin. Because it's related to well-being and being relaxed, I didn't really want to take it halfway through my workday, because that's when I pop another caffeine tablet, or I might even double up with more Dopamine or another set of Seal Tip just to get the creative juices flowing. And to create a little bit of space in my day that allowed me to actually know if the Serotonin Brain Food was going to work for me, I decided to start taking it when I got home from work, around about 5:30. I get home about half an hour before my wife, so I have a little bit of a window of about 25-30 minutes to get in, have a pint of water, take 2 of these capsules, and actually sit down and meditate for 20 minutes. And over the last month and a half, this routine has been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. Now, the thing is, I don't know whether the serotonin has been the positive part of the routine, or whether it's the fact that I've brought in a second meditation period in my day in the afternoon after getting home from work. But I've definitely felt that taking the serotonin and taking a little bit of time in my afternoon, around about 5:30 when I get home, to relax, that my evenings have been more chill, more relaxed, more easygoing. And it's definitely created a bookend to my workday and allowed me to create a little bit more of a relaxed evening for myself. Now, some evenings I want to get stuff done. And I probably wouldn't recommend taking this supplement like that at that time because I find it relaxing. I find it calms me out and it relaxes me, which is pretty cool because I'm a pretty chatty, high-strung, angry kind of guy at times. So anything that can make me feel kind of relaxed and chilled out, I'll go with it for a little bit. And I did enjoy it. However, if I am going to get something done, it's not a supplement that I would take to help me uh, be productive. I might stack it with something else because it does bring an element of calm and clear-headedness to you, to your thinking patterns and your mindset. However, it is definitely something that I find as a relaxant, that I find that winds me down and just makes me feel kind of content and chilled out. Overall, I enjoyed using this brain food supplement that supports the natural production of serotonin. Is it going to become one of my #1 supplements that I'm going to use every day? Probably not. Is it going to become part of my collection of supplements in my cupboard? Yes. I do like having the option of the serotonin brain food in my product line, so to speak, at home so I can pick and choose when I want to use them. And it's definitely one that I would like to have around. As I said, I already use supplements, usually generally to get myself up and going and doing things. And this supplement definitely is a little bit more of a chill out and relax supplement. And I've used it a number of times now over the last few months and have enjoyed it. So it's definitely something that I'm going to have around. It's just not going to become one of my key primary go-tos. Obviously, like the rest of the supplements that I take and the nootropics that I use, I do cycle in and out of them. So when I cycle out of dopamine and CLTEP, I have then cycled in a little bit more often using the serotonin brain food. It's kind of a little game that you play so you're always fresh with them. And I recommend you doing that with any supplements that you take, whether it's vitamin C all the way through to nootropics. Cycling on and off these products will make them work a hell of a lot better in your system. That's it from me this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can follow along and get lots more content on my struggling to succeed journey. My mission here is to deliver you guys bite-sized videos that can hopefully help you start your journey of success. Thanks very much for watching. Hope to see you next time. And as always, make it a good one.